Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're gonna fix this. I don't need to have animated David anymore. Ah, there you are. Look at you. You're back.
All right.
All right, back and with an attitude. I don't know. Anyways, continue. Let's move on here. So you wanted to talk about a lot of Injustice news.
Yeah, I mean, there was a nice stream last week that went over Darkseid and Green Lantern and Green Arrow and the whole multiverse thing that they're doing in Injustice 2. Darkseid actually was pretty... I mean, Lantern and Arrow, they had some differences, for sure, but, like, largely the same characters. Darkseid is really interesting. He looked to me like he was just basically, like, Zod. I mean, he's clearly Zod. Like, his like, you know, back of his arms in the back stance is Zod. It's like just ripped from Zod. But his beam is cool. It just looks cool. I think it's just like a high beam, but it looks cool. He has a lot of mobility, teleport, and from the teleport in the air, he can cancel directly into a low attack that comes from the air, or he can do an overhead attack from the air. And then probably, like, more interestingly, he has these dudes that pop up into the background that help control space and explode.
Right.
And you call them into certain spots. And just like interesting, Injustice just has like weird ideas like that. So I think he looks more interesting than I was worried he would. I thought he would just be like a sort of basic screen control type character, but there's a lot more mobility and kind of funky ideas in there. If the Explodey guy is out, which is actually what they called him, Explodey guy.
Explodey guy? Okay.
If he's out and you grab them and he's there, then you'll get a full combo off with grab. So, it's just like a lot of cool things like that.
Okay, cool.
So I really liked him more than I expected that I would. So that's cool. There's character stuff.
Right. What about Green Lantern and Green Arrow? Did you get to see them much in the Watchtower stuff?
Yeah, Arrow looked like he has a lot of the same stuff. There's like there's some different moves. I feel like, if I recall correctly, he has like meter burn, flippy flip bow move. I forget what it's called. Whatever.
It's gonna be flippy flip bow move from now on, I think. So.
Sure. That leads to more consistent damage than before.
Okay.
And his super is it's not an unblockable anymore, but he just has bigger combos in general. He can also move back and forth while holding the arrow now, which is pretty sweet, actually.
Okay.
Hurricane bow. There you go.
Hurricane bow.
He looked cool. But I would say that the biggest Injustice news is that there's this huge Injustice 2 championship.
I want to talk about that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, the game is coming out in just a week and a half at this point. So when it comes to the characters, we'll all find out everything about them pretty shortly at this point, and have to re-find out everything about them only a week later when the game is patched for the first time.
Right.
And then 2 weeks later when it's patched for the second time.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of different parts to the Injustice Championship series. I see.
Yeah. Well, the big $600,000 in total, but there's like the Pro Series, which is the CPT more or less, and as many games are doing it at this point. Combo Breaker is going to be the first one, but there's a bunch of others.
ECT was announced as one of them as well. Yeah. What's that? Can you hear me?
I just.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it looks like they also have this GameStop Hometown Heroes, this Injustice 2 Path to Pro, a lot of like little different subsections. I haven't read up on the details of it yet. But it says it's run in partnership between ESL, PlayStation 4, GameStop, and Gamelta Esports. And it says this will a chance for both pro and amateur players in North America, Latin America, and Europe. Interestingly, that they don't mention anything about Asia, though.
Yeah, I know they just don't have that big of an audience there, and I think that they know that. But hopefully that will change. I think their biggest audiences are in those areas, and I can think of more Australian players than I can Asian players.
Right.
So I don't know. Anyway, hopefully that'll change. But
we always talked about maybe potentially Infiltration picking up because he liked MK, but he just didn't like the gore, right? So.
Right. Exactly. We'll see. So the Pro Series is the global one. There's $300,000 in total for that.
Yes.
Right? And then there's the sort of hometown heroes is what it's called, but it's I think it's more like the amateur kind of thing. Okay. Not as much money involved in that. Okay. Only $5,000 bucks. Okay. Europe has similar stuff. $20,000 for them. $5,000 for the Injustice for the Liga Latina. For the for Latin America.
Right.
So what I like about it is that it's more expansive than some of what other devs are doing because it's not just about the pro players. You know, they're trying to foster players in different regions at a more sort of localized level as well, not the giant stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there's different regions. It's kind of like how Red Bull does
the Proving Ground stuff, right?
Proving Grounds, exactly. Yeah. But it's more explicitly like associated with the championship series in general. Okay. So there's like Atlanta and Chicago and Dallas and LA and Miami and New York, San Francisco, Seattle. You know, all over the place.
Okay.
So I really like that. I think that's really good to see that it's not just that there's, for example, in Street Fighter, Red Bull's doing this, but it kind of ties into the CPT, right? But it's not explicitly part of it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's what's happening.
Cool. They also, I saw a trailer where they showed off a bunch of the one-player stuff too. Like the story mode sounds like you can choose to start the story in one of the different factions, and like you will make decisions that will affect the story, and all sorts of things like that. And then you remember how MKX had like the clans that you could join? There was like so it looks like they're doing similar things, so you can team up with other players again, and they're going to have like different challenges so that you can get new gear, and it's going to change like on a daily basis and stuff like that. So, it sounds like NRS is doing their very, like standard, awesome one-player content kind of thing, a question though, in the end, like, I don't know if you've heard, like, how much did people enjoy the stuff like being able to choose their clans and stuff like that in Mortal Kombat?
That didn't end up playing a huge role. Basically what happened was people picked whatever teams they wanted to at the start, but then there was some incentive for having one with like every team, and whoever gets the most points. I forget how the points are even done at this point, but the whoever gets the most points globally is the team that wins.
Right.
So one team started out winning, and then everybody was like, okay, my one team won. I'm going to go to the next one because I want to get that, whatever the reward is for that.
Right.
And what ended up happening is that they all ended up on, I think, Special Forces, if I recall correctly, because that was the one that nobody wanted. Whichever one was the one that nobody wanted, they all ended up there last because that was the last one. They were all like, all right, I guess I'll finally get the thing for winning with this team. And now, and I feel like for an entire year or something at this point, whenever I log into MKX, it says Special Forces wins this week's yada yada. Because once everybody got the trophy for that one, and they had gotten all the team's trophies, they just stayed.
Right, yeah, exactly. There's no reason to change.
It's been the same one forever. So it wasn't, it was a cool idea, but I don't know that it really was like a huge thing, the faction battles. But definitely a cool idea.
It's funny to me, though, that Special Forces was like the least popular one.
I think it was Special Forces, yeah.
Man. No one wants to join Johnny Cage, I guess. So.
Yeah. I didn't honestly watch the multiverse thing at all. I watched the Watchtower stream that included Darkseid and Arrow and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I literally fast-forwarded through the multiverse section, which was like the first 40 minutes of the stream. Like, they put a lot of time into it.
Oh, man.
And,
you're just like, whatever, I don't care about this. Okay.
That's pretty much what I thought. Whatever, I don't really care that much. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
But no, I might not care that much, but I know that it is really a big deal in terms of getting people to buy the game, and NRS always does that. They always have great one-person content. Yeah. MKX was the same, Injustice, MK9 was the same. There's a ton of stuff to unlock. There are real story modes. You know, there are funky versus modes that you can play against each other if you're just playing casually. There are even still actually in MK different towers that change.
Yeah, constantly. That's right. Yeah,
that they're still updating all that stuff. So
so cool. Yeah, I
mean, it really is.
Good job to those guys. Honestly, like good job to them.
It's great.
Yeah,
it's great. So that's all going to continue, and I'm sure that will be a big part of people buying the game. My hope, as it was for MKX, is that will then translate into some percentage of people, you know, picking it up.
Right, getting into the tournament scene and stuff like that.
Exactly. Okay. And I feel like there is a bigger chance of that happening in Injustice 2 for, I mean, a couple of reasons. You know, one of them is that there are people who don't like the gameplay aspects of MK that are very unique to it. The block button.
Oh, okay.
You know, the fatalities, things like that are not in Injustice. It's a back to block game. You know, it doesn't have fatalities, so it's I think like a bit more conducive to people who play other games competitively, or at least like reasonably, to picking it up and playing. But then on top of that, the fact that Injustice, you know, they've already announced this championship series, makes me think that they're going to be putting more effort into trying to get people like aware of the fact that there are tournament series. If you recall, you know, they did do pre-release MKX stuff.
Right.
They did the Fatal 8 tournament beforehand. Right. Shortly after that, they did, you know, their own Pro League. But it wasn't announced beforehand or in as big of a way as this is.
Yeah, this seems like they're going all in on it. Like it's one of the major feature things about it. And I bet you anything when you buy the game, it's going to be all over the title screen and all these others. There's probably going to be information panels where all they do is just talk about that stuff. And
I really hope so.
Hopefully they update it a lot more often, because I know like for Killer Instinct, it was like, I think it was outdated for a little bit. I know Guilty Gear, like even long after Frosty Faustings and Anime Ascension were done, their title screen still says Frosty Faustings and Anime Ascension as upcoming tournaments, you know, stuff like that. So if I would count on NRS updating that stuff a lot more often and on a more consistent basis.
Yeah. And then, you know, I was talking with you about this over the weekend, but there are some people at least who have hope that the game will not be patched as frequently as MK and Injustice 1 and so forth.
Yeah.
You know, because MKXL, once that game came out, was there's more hands-offness. Certainly the online play will be good from the start. Already we've had the beta and it was good. You know, I played with people from I think Frostbite was Montreal, and it was fine.
Okay.
You know, I felt good. And, you know, betas are always not as good as the final releases just because there are fewer people playing. But I still feel that given how MKX's online ended up, that there's no reason to expect anything bad out of Injustice 2's. It's going to be good, I'm sure.
Right.
So that helps convince people to play.
Dude, I mean,
you know, nobody wants to play a laggy game. And if you can play online and have a good experience, then you're more likely to search out competitive play.
Yeah,
you know, more likely to get into that side of it.
Honestly, if the online is good, like I would definitely play it a lot more. You know, because I mean, the MK one I never got into once they fixed the netcode, but I just know the original one was not particularly strong. You know.
No, it was bad. It was bad. I mean, there's no other way to put it. But they rebuilt the game really from ground up. They had to. I remember talking with some of the people who work at NRS before the game's netcode was adjusted, and they said that they couldn't do it because it would require them literally rebuilding the game from ground up just based on how inputs were and all this other stuff. But they did it. And
that's really impressive, actually.
It was. They spent a year doing it. You know, they put a lot of money into that. So, you know, I'm sure that they're going to continue working on that stuff, because you don't put that kind of effort into something and just toss it away.
They probably knew that it was worth the time and effort, because it would be something that could just go straight into Injustice 2, right?
Exactly. And MK11, assuming that happens.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely a worthy investment for them to fix a lot of that stuff. So, okay. Okay, anything else that you wanted to say about Injustice?
Comes out soon. I really hope that more people give it a chance. Injustice 1 got a pretty good set of people giving it a chance. And the NRS scene itself is bigger than it was back when MKX came out. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm really excited for the game's release. I'm really excited for the game coming out and being able to play it. Ketchup and Mustard were announced as coming to Combo Breaker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is so cool. Okay.
You and I are not going to be there.
No.
We are going to be at the Ripple Kumite, but that's awesome. I'm really happy for them coming out, and there are good commentators in North America too for that game.
So I wonder, is that something that Warner Brothers is helping fund, get them out there, because it is part of the championship series and all this stuff like that? Maybe.
Yeah, I assume that they have a hand in it, but I haven't asked them or anything.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't have too much in terms of game community, etc., all that stuff. But the main one that I really wanted to talk about. Well, also, I didn't get a chance to mention this last week. Oh, I did. I did mention this last week. But the Guilty Gear Rev demo was out, right? If you have PlayStation Plus, you can get it for free, right? You just go to... It's easier to find on the Sony webpage, or go to the PlayStation Store webpage, but you can download Rev 2 right now if you have PlayStation Plus. It's free. It has every character in it. It has a fully fleshed out training mode and a fully fleshed out offline versus mode. So it's fantastic. Only thing you can't do is play online, but that makes sense, right? So, but definitely should pick that up. One of the things that I really wanted to talk about that is really cool news, because a while ago, someone tweeted out basically like, what is the reason you don't play KOF14? And I retweeted this because I wanted to help the scene, right? I wanted to see what the response was. And I would say a majority of the responses were, I can't play this game on PC because it's not out on Steam. Well, guess what? They just announced in China in a press conference that it is coming out on Steam now. They don't have an official release date. They hinted it was this month, but it's coming out on Steam now. So all the people who play fighting games on PCs only, they have the ability to go and get this game now. And I tweeted this out, and a lot of people were excited about it. So, I mean, let's hope that this really helps the scene a lot. So
yeah, and look, even if you're not intending to play the game, I really hope everybody buys it on Steam just to support it. Just to convince. If, for example, you're not somebody who plays a lot on PC fighting games, it's just really nice to be able to, support something like that for everybody else who does want to play PC games.
Exactly.
So, yeah, pick it up.
Definitely. Give it a shot. Give it a shot for sure. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You'd hate to be somebody who likes fighting games a lot but doesn't buy games on PC just to support them,
Right. I guess there is a closed beta that's also showing up for that as well. But also coming this weekend, as we mentioned earlier, the CFN beta test part 2 is coming out, and it's going to be possible to play on PS4 and on Steam, I believe it is. I think it's for both, but they originally released it on Steam, and they were like, we're just doing this beta. Apparently the beta didn't go as well as they wanted, because they said, you know what, we're going to do a second beta. And now that they're doing a second beta, and they said a lot of the new things, and Ed, and everything like that was kind of attached to it. That's why Ed hasn't come out yet. That's why he's been a little bit delayed, because they want to release all that stuff all at the same time. Right. So they're going to the second beta, and again, look, everyone was mad. They were like, Street Fighter V is not a complete game. We would have waited, etc., etc. So I don't want to hear anybody being mad about this CFN update, about this patch update, about Ed coming out a little bit later, because if they take the time to fix the netcode for as much as possible and make it as good as possible, I'm willing to chill. You know what I mean? I'm definitely willing to wait. So
I'm with you on that. I definitely prefer the philosophy of, what is it, a game that's delayed ends up good, but a game that comes out too early is always bad. But that said, I also understand why people would be upset that the game is taking longer to happen than they had expected, because that's just been the theme of things. But, you know, personally, I'm happy that they are taking more time to make sure everything works, because that, to me, is what's most important.
Anything else that you want to say about that? Or about KOF, I should say?
Oh, about KOF.
Oh, I'm sorry, about CFN. Yeah, sorry. My brain is like...
Well, I'll get both of them.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll get both of them for PC.
Yeah, okay. Also, what else did I have here? I had... So as I mentioned earlier, Kizzy K was signed by Fable, so that's actually really cool.
Yeah, that's really great.
Perfect Legend has joined Evolved as a player manager. So he got, I guess, I don't know if he's going to be a sponsored player for them.
Huh.
Yeah, he's actually getting signed as a player manager. I guess he is still sponsored by Stream.me, but he is part of Evolved now as their player manager.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Did not realize.
Yeah. So interesting. I guess we'll find out more details about that as time goes on.
For sure, man. Very cool.
Also, just from a community standpoint, just wanted to mention that Born Free tweets. The guy, you know, the interviewer from England who keeps making these great interviews. He's still cranking out interviews. He was just at DreamHack, so he did even more interviews. So he did a bunch at NCR. He did a bunch more at DreamHack. So you should definitely check that out. I believe his YouTube channel is just Born Free Tweets. So if you look that up on YouTube, you should be able to find all those interviews there. And then also just wanted to point out, have you seen the new Pop Culture Shock statues for Chun-Li that are coming out?
No.
Those things are ridiculous. Holy crap.
Okay.
Like, it looks so nice. Like,
that's cool.
I want to, like, bust it out here, but, like, because the Chrome is so slow, and I'm afraid if I window capture, it's going to be super slow. But they're super expensive. So, I mean, like, you will be paying a lot of money if you want to get these things. But it is really, really nice. It is really, really nice looking. Yeah, cool. But what was the price again? Because they have 3 variants too. They have the alpha version, they have the original one, and then they have the battle dress from Street Fighter V. But yeah, according to this, the statues are like $900 and $925. So, oh my God, I lost David. David, where did you go? I lost David. David is not interested in the show, in the statues, I guess. So, David, no! He's gone. Okay. Well, I guess that's it then for this episode. That was the last thing that I had to talk about. So I don't have anything else to talk about. So I guess that'll do it for today. It's Pop Culture Shock. That's the name of the company that makes the statues. So if you have the money, to go for it. But I mean, honestly, if you take a look at them though, the quality is really, really nice. Oop, David is back. Oh,
hey.
Oh, there you are. Okay, you're back.
Something broke.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, I mean, I had nothing left to say, to be honest with you.
Oh.
So, I had no other news. And some people did say that we only talked about the story mode for MVCI, but we didn't get to talk any about the gameplay stuff. But
really,
I thought we did talk about that because we were talking about like what we thought of the gems and all these things like that. I swear we did talk about it. So
I thought we did too.
Yeah.
But, okay. It looked cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think there's a lot of potential in it. I think there's a lot of potential in there. So.
Oh yeah, me too. Just knowing more about it, it just sounds like there's so much freedom in its gameplay.
Yeah.
Like you get to go back and forth. They describe it as whenever you want between characters, you know, switching here and there and all that stuff. And if it really is that free, then man, it is going to be just a wild game.
Dude, I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to prevent infinite. Because, like, if you just do dash, punch, kick, like, punch, kick, and then switch, punch, kick, switch, punch, kick, there's got to be some sort of, like, ground hit stun deterioration. Because ground hit stun deterioration wasn't really a thing because everything would eventually pop the guy up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder. I'm not sure. Maybe it's that, you know, if you have something that, like, Chun-Li legs, maybe that will give enough time for the opponent your partner to come out and actually continue the combo. But if you just do like jab, switch, you don't have enough time to jab afterward. I don't know. I'm sure that they have thought of these things.
That's right. And also, there was delay on grounded opponents to prevent the jump infinites and stuff like that on people. Okay, but
I don't think I'm too concerned about that. But yeah, there's the idea of I feel like we talked about this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
The burst, effectively, the burst for 2 meters of you bring in your partner when you're being comboed, and the opponent can continue the combo, but if they don't expect that, then then they would drop it. If they do expect it, they have to tailor the combo differently.
I think that's really cool. I like that.
It's super cool, man. There are such interesting ideas in there. And, you know, look, I love Skullgirls. One of the main reasons was there was a lot of freedom in that game. You could make any assist, any move your assist, right? It could be a normal, especially anything you wanted to do. That was unique and fascinating.
Right.
And Marvel 3 didn't have that. Marvel 2 didn't have that. There was nothing like that. But if this is really like this, there's that much freedom, then it sort of is like Skullgirls, with the exception that anything can be your assist whenever.
Right.
So like you could have, I don't know if he's in the game or whatever. You could have Doom Beam, call your partner, and then Hulk moves forward. Or maybe not Doom Beam, because what if there's like Shuma, right? And the Shuma Beam, which takes a while to come out. You do Shuma Beam, then Hulk moves forward, and then the Shuma Beam, which has, then it comes out.
Right.
I feel like there are tons of possibilities in there. Okay. So I'm very interested. Very interested.
All right. Also, we forgot to talk about the events coming up this weekend, which we should definitely talk about, because Battle Arena Melbourne 9 is this weekend, and that is a premier event. So that one is going to be a big one. That one is going to be streamed on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. I don't know if there's actual, I don't know if there's brackets out there for that yet. But Battle Arena Melbourne 9 is going to be taking place this weekend, and it is going to be on twitch.tv Capcom Fighters. So this is a premier event. It's going to be one of the big ones. There's going to be a lot of people traveling there. But it's not even just for Street Fighter V, right? Tekken 7, Smash 4, Melee, Brawl, Smash 64, Rivals of Ether, Exerd, MKXL, DOA 5, Last LR, KOF14, MvC3, Virtua Fighter 5 is going to be there. Blaze Blue is going to be there. Central Fiction is going to be there. Wow. They're all going to be there. And you can check the schedule out at couchwarriors.org. And you should be able to find that if you just look for the BAM schedule out there. So
yeah, you know what? Just linked in the chat by Wasminator. It's on smash.gg, so you can,
check out the brackets then.
See the I'm just going to make sure that that's true before I say it.
Sure.
Yep, it is. You can see, for example, Sien is in pool 1, yada yada. So yeah.
Oh yeah, Wasminator. I was actually saying that he has the same pool as Sako and Infiltration or something like that.
Oh, maybe that was changed because it. Oh, you mean he does?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, Wasminator has that. Yeah. Exactly. So also this.
Just listen to these players I'm seeing. Just,
okay, sure, go for it. Go for it.
So Xian Pool 1, Pool 2 has Verloren and Daikoku, the sick birdie from
Yeah.
3 has Bonchan is in there. Let's see, Marty Ken, who I've heard of.
Okay.
Maybe only on RCAPA, which I secretly read all the time. No, that is not true. Momochi is in Pool 4. Goichi, Pool DD1, etc., etc. Oh, Somniac is there. That's good.
Okay.
Glad to see that Australian players are still playing in Australia.
Okay.
Anyway, James, that's about it. There's a whole bunch of players in this list, and probably shouldn't spend time going through all of them. So.
Okay. Well, also this weekend is the Royal Flush Tournament in Tropicana, Atlantic City. This one is going to have Melee and Smash 4 over there, so that's going to be a Smash tournament coming up. It's going to be streamed on VG Bootcamp as well as Smash Studios. There's a 5K pot bonus for Smash 4 and for Melee. So lots of money to be won there at this event.
Nice.
And then finally, I guess this weekend is also going to be the Danger Room. So, Angelic's been, setting that up for a little bit. He's been, trying to get all the voting and all that stuff and everything like that. And apparently that's going to be streamed this weekend.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be on twitch.tv/azangelic.
Nice.
So, that should be a lot of fun. That should be a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to that, sure.
So there you go. So those are the events coming up this weekend. Also, on Friday is going to be the Group D for E-League.
Right.
There's also 2 online Pro Tour events. There's one in North America, and there's also one in Latin America. So those are also going to be streamed on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. I don't know how that's going to work. They're going to have 3 events streaming on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. I'm not sure how that's going to work.
Hey.
But there you go. So that's all going on this weekend as well.
For Group D, just in case people don't recall, for E-League, Phenom and NuckleDo are already qualified into the TV round, but then in order to get in there, it's between Luffy and Reinhardt. That's first round.
Ugh.
Actually, kind of
this was the Europe pool. That's right.
Yeah. 3 Europeans in there. Kind of sucks, but yeah, that's how they did it. And then the other side of that sort of initial tournament is Christitarian versus Shanghai.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So
nice.
Luffy, Reinhardt, Christitarian, Shanghai, Phenom, NuckleDo. It's a good list.
Very interesting. Okay. All right, good stuff. Anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No. I think that is about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about, but I guess not. Okay, I guess that's all I have for today then.
I'm going to call the local mom and pop tomorrow and see if they are going to get in a certain video game, a certain fighting video game.
If they don't have it, it would be a severe injustice, right?
It would absolutely be. That is correct. Yeah, it's a game. It's a game that's made by a certain developer you might call N Studios. Well, maybe that's too obvious. Maybe more NetherRealm-S.
Oh, okay. That's much more subtle, actually. That's much more subtle.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
We'll see. But it should be soon because they always tend to get the game. They always do get the game, bro. No tending about it.
Right. Exactly. So, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, let me know if you do get it because I'm wonder if I would want to get it there or through Amazon anyway, because I get everything through Amazon. I'd get it on Amazon anyway, because I get points that way. So, in any case, okay.
But early? Come on, man. Well, if I get it early, I'll let you know.
Yeah, exactly. I'll come over, because I want to see if I can find a character, or maybe we could even play it, on a stream or something like that, so people can actually see it.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, actually, I guess we probably shouldn't play it on stream before...
Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, we'll just play it ourselves. Yeah. So. Okay.
Alrighty. I guess that's about it. Thanks a lot for joining us, everybody. And I'm glad that I could make it to James's place tonight, even though I had work that kept me late, and I totally went there in person.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm ruining the illusion right now. Okay. Let me fix the illusion.
Illusion?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm ruining the reality. The reality of it. So, okay. Yeah.
What are you doing here?
All right. Okay. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I get cut off that way. It doesn't really work. So I would have to do this. Keep just there you go. There you go. Okay, I'm not going to do this. Anyways, all right, guys. I will talk to you guys later. We'll see you all hopefully soon. Oh, I should also mention that this weekend, if you're in the New York area and you want to visit, there will be a Compete.Kotaku event. So that's their esports branch, the esports branch of Kotaku. And there is going to be an event over there where you can play against some of the pro players. I believe it's going to be NuckleDu, Justin Wong, and Smug. So if you register for that event, you'll be able to play against them. I mention this because I will be there, and I will be doing commentary, I guess, alongside Alex Vai, who's going to be flown out there as well. So if you're in the New York area, feel free to check it out. And,
will that be streamed on the internet?
I think so. Yeah, I think it is going to be. So there you go.
Cool. Well, I'm sure we'll all be looking forward to that. But there's a lot of stuff this weekend.
Yeah, I know. There is a lot of stuff this weekend. So, okay. All
right.
Cool. All right. Thanks for Skyping in, and I will talk to you later, David. And
it was a pleasure to be here in person.
Yes, that's right. Thanks for coming here, getting through traffic and everything like that. So, okay. Peace out, everybody.